Morning, everybody. Welcome to LOCPod. You're listening to the Midwest's Most Dangerous Podcast, Season 13, Episode 14. We're coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios in the Smith Sursick Law Firm.
Season 13, Episode 14.
Yes, sir.
We're like,
and
over
we're
the
not
hump.
buzzing. We're not buzzing. We're not humming. We're not like broken.
Doesn't that sound good?
I'm always
Man.
broken.
You're broken?
You're broken.
Doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah. What'd you do?
I replaced a couple cables and a inline mixer. I'm not sure that was the issue, but I replaced it anyways.
Nice. We spent some of our hard-earned LOCPod money.
And
Really
it was
that
like
bad.
Christmas here. It was like packages galore.
John is like probably like ordering way unnecessary.
Well, we do have redundancy now, kind of
Yeah.
triple almost, which is good.
yeah.
Because if it comes
Redundancy is good. That's how the Navy operates.
Yeah, we have
Smart.
redundancy.
We never sunk. And we were
No.
supposed to, we were supposed to sink.
we wouldn't have much of a podcast if you sunk.
Yeah, it would be quieter.
You know what, though? We were this close to having no show again today. You know why?
No, like
So-
I thought you fixed it.
I did, but get this. So the first time in over 300 episodes, we have this cataclysmic equipment failure.
Yeah.
Dude, that was stressful.
Tom threw his glasses. If anybody wants
was-
to watch that video, my favorite part of watching that video
I
is Tom
deleted it.
Tom throwing his glasses.
But like, we had a freaking guest waiting, and it was
I
like
know.
somebody we like locked up,
Yeah.
and then our studio shits itself. Like that was like perfect. I was just like, what the, like everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong that morning.
I was not having
And
it.
I was live on the air, by the
Yes,
way.
that's
Everybody
why I
was
loved
waiting.
it. That's
was
why I
just
liked
like,
it. It was
this show is not going to happen.
No faith, man.
Yeah, we
Ye
pulled
of
it
little
off.
faith.
We pulled it off.
Now,
Good job, John.
afterwards, we all talk like, yeah, we'll get some equipment in here. We'll overnight it. We'll
Yeah.
set it up.
Yeah.
So
Spend
you
our-
would think it goes without saying I might get here a little early to do that, right?
Sure.
Uh-uh.
I mean, I guess.
What happened?
Maybe.
You guess?
I mean,
no, I'm
like-
curious. Tom and Jill, would
Well,
you think
obviously-
that goes without saying?
You would yes.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, obviously we have to fix the studio
Correct.
before the next show because it wasn't working, or it was like on.
Okay.
It was like held together with.
If
Band-Aids.
that's
Hold on, Kevin.
That's an assumption. Let me ask a question. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
anything. You're going to lead us through this, John.
Okay,
But I just
all
want.
right.
I want one question.
Yeah.
If that is the assumption, do you think there should be some communication about, hey, let's meet?
That's why
early.
God gave us tongues and lips.
Okay.
Yeah.
So John, go on.
All right. You're supposed to use those tongues and lips.
Bingo.
To communicate what's going on. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, but could you argue that communication took place right after the pod on Tuesday?
No. It did not. But
happened?
okay,
What
you could
happened?
argue that, but it did not.
Joe, do you know what the fuck these guys?
Here's
are
what
talking about?
happened.
I never do.
I get
I
here.
never do either.
I literally get here like 15 minutes earlier than usual. Locked up, dark. I can't get in.
What time do you normally
Kevin's
get here?
nowhere to be found.
John usually gets here. Okay, so
6:40.
right. Usually gets here at 6:40. I
That's
usually
early.
get here at 6:30.
Dude, I get here like 15 minutes after.
right.
This,
So right. So I
Yeah,
usually get
you're
here at
welcome.
6:30.
I get. By the way, I do pre-show almost 99% of the
I do
time.
too.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Anyway,
So 6:30 is when I usually get here. John usually gets here around 6:40, 6:45.
But you're working at 6:30. You're in there doing Kevin Smith shit.
No,
and
I'm
John's
actually
over here
I'm doing the ads. I'm getting everything ready. I'm doing
like you
LOCPod.
what?
Trust me. I
Control
don't get much.
P.
Okay. Let's see. If,
Are you
let's
typing
leave
up
the
these
ads with Tom.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Write off an ad for me.
Kevin,
Right.
I just assume you live here.
No, okay.
Oh,
well,
he wasn't
does,
here this
but-
morning when I
He
needed
has,
him.
he has a shower here, Jill.
Well, I
so
know.
do you remember when you
Who
said
has a shower in our office?
Someone
Dave
who lives
Westland.
there.
Somebody who lives there.
so?
Dave Wesley gets thrown under the bus real quick.
That's where I got the idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
If I had a shower in my office, though, I'd probably never go home.
well, I do.
See.
go
Marissa
home.
would be like, "Where's my husband?"
So, but here, let's get into this. What happened? So John says. So then at 6:20. Okay, 6:20.
Oh, wait, are you pulling up receipts?
I'm pulling up your text to me this morning.
Wow.
Okay.
6:20.
Don't pull up the wrong text.
Don't worry, I won't.
Those are
I'm
called
here.
receipts, Kevin.
I'm here a little early. Was gonna hook up the new cables,
Yeah.
etc. 6:20. Not
As
like,
if I needed to
That's
say
what he
that.
told you.
yeah,
That.
and he's already here.
Right.
So I was like,
Like you don't have this place staffed 24/7.
Right. So at
You don't have
6:25,
a
I
key?
say, all right, I'm on the road. Sorry, I didn't know that was the plan because he
Right.
didn't communicate that.
No, we only
Otherwise, I
talked
would've left.
about it was only like a nightmare scenario.
And then he gets me
2
the
days
then he
ago.
gives me the rolling eye emoji after.
Oh, God, that's the best
And
emoji.
I got here at 6:33, by the way, because I like flew through stoplights just to make sure John wasn't waiting too long. After he didn't let me know, so I apologize, John, for being 3 minutes late.
Thank
I did
you.
not
See
know
what
you
we
were
go
going to be
through?
here early.
Audience, see what we're doing for you?
for a free show.
We fight with each other. I'm sitting here last night after my fundraiser, like stressed out about today's show because we had nothing prepared.
Which
And
I wasn't told about, by the way. Thank
What's
you
that?
guys. I didn't even know you had a fundraiser until this morning.
I know what you know. What, John? I'll be honest with you.
You don't want to go
was-
anyway. It's fine.
No, that was a ball drop on me. See, like I have to get on the same page as my staff a little bit more. Like my staff is mostly new, and
But that
John,
doesn't go. The
but,
fundraisers
like,
don't go
John
through your
separate.
staff.
But
Tom.
I know that, but like they help with the like who I want to make sure is there. My family wasn't even there, John.
Wow.
Like nobody was invited. Like
Whoa.
Are you
like-
sure they weren't invited, or they just didn't come?
It was
No, what
just
I'm
Tom in
saying
a
is,
room.
like, I'm not very good at the small touches, and the small touches is like John and Tiffany are always at my events, right? And John and Tiffany weren't there, and I knew it as soon as I got there. I was like, "Fuck!" I saw Chris, and I didn't see John and Tiffany, and I was like, "That's my fault." It is, John, because normally those small extra touches are done by me and my staff, and my staff has been Eva she was like my right arm in politics and in city, and now with Eva gone, some of that's fallen off the wayside.
Well, the good thing is
I
Eva and
noticed it.
Eileen were on the committee for the event. So
I
that's
agree,
good.
but like
on
Eva's
the
not taking the
decorations.
lead on
no,
the
she's
small
not taking the
touches.
lead.
You know
Not
what I'm
taking the
saying?
lead.
The small touches that I need to do, like making sure John's invited. You know, but you could have bought a ticket, John. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
they're
playing
If I
available.
knew about it, I might have.
really. Well,
Had
you
I known
could-
about it.
Why don't you just crank out a check and we'll call it even?
And we'll have a little party for you. We'll go early.
Let me pull out my checkbook. I'd always
Yeah,
keep
let's
it
We'll
in
all
my
show up
pocket.
early, and we'll.
By the way, I found the moment Tom throws his glasses here.
Oh, good.
This
Oh,
is
this is
after everything
awesome.
broke down. last night.
Hold on.
Okay,
This is
I
great.
had my Grateful Dead shirt on, so I was vibing.
Yeah.
Boom.
But like what? You threw
That's
it down.
Tom's famous like hand move right there. when
Agreed.
he's
What's
pissed.
that?
Right
What's
here.
that?
Right there.
Like,
That
what the
one.
fuck, dude?
That's
What the
it.
fuck? Oh, that.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
your famous.
Really?
Like when that
Right
happens,
there.
you know, like here
Right
goes
there.
the temperature.
There it is.
Yeah.
No, it's like this.
I have a thing like in the videos. We're gonna do the Mayor's Night Out from Hell in the second segment, and I could tell there's a tell with me. It's my vein on the right hand side of my neck,
Bursting
When that
out of his
fucker's-
neck.
When that's popping out, I'm fucking solidly pissed, and it was popping way out during that meeting.
Oh damn! Tiffany's in chat.
Hi,
Feelings
Tiffany.
were hurt.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh
Tiff.
boy.
I love Tiffany.
You saved
like,
some money,
honestly,
Tiff.
it wasn't just her. My whole freaking family wasn't there, Tiffany. I mean, and John. Like,
Just
like
so you know, I
the
did
small
let
things.
Aaron and Brett know months ago, about a month
And
ago.
they still didn't
They-
show up.
Well, they know showed. But like my dad would have been there. Like he wasn't invited. Lynette would have been there. She wasn't invited. Marissa can't go because she's a judge. But like, so like, there's little things that I'm not hitting on because I'm still. When you lose somebody like Eva from your life, you know, it was Eva did a lot for me, like in politics and in
personal life, yeah.
professional.
She's the best.
Personal and
She's the
professional.
best. So like, and I'm not, and I love my staff. Don't get me wrong, but anytime you lose somebody that's been with you for
Right.
over a decade, you're gonna miss some of the smaller things. And John, I apologize. Tiffany, I apologize. My family, because it was a great event last night, but I always have like friends and family in my events, and they weren't there last night.
Well, and I guess
Jill,
as a-
sorry, like I fucked up. So, and I will
fine.
straighten it out for the next one. I promise you.
I would say
Section.
Jill's used to it. She never gets invited to
Yeah, what-
concerts.
what's
Joe,
new?
fucking Taylor Swift, dude. We
What's
made up in
new?
a big way, taking her.
It's okay. We had sectionals last night. Couldn't have gone.
Sex?
out.
Oh.
God,
What?
dude, I thought I was
that
like,
started out
whoa.
very interesting.
sectionals.
Sectionals.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. She was like, it's okay. I wouldn't have come. I had
yeah, and
sectionals last night.
You know, I'm so used to this event being on autopilot that as your campaign manager, I guess
Yes.
what I would say is that I did not do probably my work about making sure people got there either,
The
because
small
I just
touches,
rely
right?
on
The small touches.
Eva,
But
like
like,
I do too. And
I'm
so-
not gonna act like I'm pissed off about the event last night.
No,
'cause
it's good.
It was one of our best events
it's great.
ever.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So
it's
like in that regard, it was like by metrics that we use to meter this, it was a very good event metrically. But like the small little touches that we normally do were
great
were-
decorations, I would say. Fall,
I know
fall colors.
but like we did forget people like the Vez. We
Mhm.
forgot people like Tiffany. We forgot people like Jill, and that was a mistake.
Your dad.
My
I mean, minor.
my dad, but I put you guys up there higher than my dad.
Thank you.
isn't it? Thank you. Right.
Okay,
That's
we
love.
have to touch on this too.
Sure.
Some people might be wondering why this was on screen during the intro. song.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah.
I was
Kevin, you
happy.
wanna take
to-
I walked in and Jill has this bright orange sweatshirt
Sportsplex.
on.
Sportsplex.
Yeah, sports.
Hoodie.
And I said, that kind of like is a Baywatch hoodie. And she looked at me like, are you out of your mind?
And me.
And John did too. And they're like, no, that's red. I said, no, I think it's orange. So that's why we put up Pamela Anderson to
Yeah,
determine
Pamela
whether it's-
Anderson's got red on.
I would
Jill's
say that's
got
red.
Construction orange.
I said maybe Hooters orange, but
Yeah,
that,
and then Kevin said, maybe I'm thinking Hooters.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more construction orange though, right, Jill? I mean, honestly, that's like don't hit me with your car.
No, it's
Nah.
not that bright.
Okay.
it's like a Hooters orange.
I like it though. I'm not like I like colors like that. I'm just saying.
And by the way,
What?
the first picture I pulled up was like the new Baywatch. Kevin was like doubling down, like, no, you pull a Pamela Anderson swimsuit. That
straight
shit's
red.
orange.
The
It's
original.
still red.
And John Bodich was first to respond. Thank you, John, for.
You remember the Farrah Fawcett comment Kevin made like in season 1 where he's like, I used to use that poster.
I will
I
never
wonder if
forget
Kevin
it.
used this
And that's why I
poster
brought
too.
my Charlie's Angels stickers on my safe here.
That was so funny. 'Cause that was when we were still like a somewhat serious show. We were like, because LOCPod didn't know what it was.
We weren't medium entertainment
We
yet.
weren't medium quality entertainment. We thought we were high quality. And Kevin comes out and he's like, "Yeah, you remember that Pamela Anderson?" He's like, "I used to use that poster a lot." And I'm like,
Is
"What
that
the
poster
fuck?
in your
Like
bathroom,
you use
Kevin?
that poster?"
Is that hanging in your bathroom here?
It was like
It's not.
back of the closet, Joe.
Aw.
Trust me.
No, that's long gone.
That's why there's a bathroom in his office.
Oh.
That's Tom making that noise, by the way.
For those not
the mayor,
watching.
The mayor.
The mayor of Hammond.
I used to use that poster.
I just real quick. I just wanted to thank the League of Women Voters. I spoke with them yesterday. I got a nice little selfie here, John. Can you throw that up if you got it?
Kevin on the road. Play the
Yes, I
banjo.
got it.
Oh yeah, I
Play
never
the
get to see
banjo.
Kevin on
Kevin's
the road.
never had Kevin on the road.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you. Off to Griffith at the Corner Cafe. I was on the road with these nice ladies and talking about elections. So thank you to Michelle Feynman for being my phone a friend, because of course any technical questions I wasn't able to answer. But these, I guess just about real quick, League of Women Voters. You know, it's civic organizations like that that really are beneficial to all of us, to our communities. It's a bipartisan league, and they do whatever they can to help get the
You know
vote
what
out.
I miss,
Very
Kevin?
nice ladies.
The League of Women Voters was the only organization that put a database together of campaign finance.
I brought it up.
information.
I brought
and
it
I
up.
miss it. They used to do this all the time, and it's gone now. And they're the only ones. And it's a disgrace that Lake County government doesn't do this, by the way. Like, I don't understand why we don't. We're one of the only places where it's still by paper and pencil.
So they brought up the question. One of the ladies asked the question, where can we get the campaign finance report? I said, you know what? Actually, the way I used to get it was from the League of Women Voters
Right.
website.
They would literally scan everybody's campaign finance information, put it on a database, and the only way, like Jill, if you wanted to look up my campaign finance, to do that, you have to go to Crown Point. You have to do like a FOIA, and a couple days later, they'll give it to you. League of Women Voters took it upon themselves, and they scanned that information, made a database so that people like ourselves would just go straight there.
They
and
said
pull
they're
it
going to
up.
work on it.
I tell you, dude.
It's a good project.
First off, government is failing us in Lake County in that regard. Let's just be honest. There's no excuse for campaign finance material not to be online. There's no excuse. It's freaking 2024. Come on, get with the times. It's for God's sakes. If I was ever a candidate for countywide office, I would make that one of the central planks of my campaign. It's ridiculous, John. Can you imagine? I ran for U.S. Senate, for U.S. Congress. Every penny I raised was on a database nationally, right? But Lake County can't do that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's laziness, and it's bad government, quite frankly.
Oh, we'll have to discuss that.
But thank you to the women
board.
voters. Thank you for the League of Women Voters for doing that service for a long time, and I'm sure it wasn't easy. But like, it would be a lot easier for government to do that.
And what a selfie, a face only a mother could love. Right there.
I'm very bad.
You're still salty about the locked door, obviously.
There will be many more insults.
I thought
this
that
show.
was a pretty good picture. I mean, I'm not very good at selfies.
You did good. I like
did
it.
good.
It's a
It's
solid
good.
selfie.
You're
a little
cheesing.
too much of little too much of the face though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not
When
good at it.
I know, dude. When I do a selfie, like I want the people to be the most of the picture, so I do like half of my face.
So there was no one behind my head, just so you know.
I know, but you cut it off. You cut it off, so like it's half your face. Everybody knows it's you.
Did
and
you
then
put a filter on it?
No.
Oh.
Tom's dialed in. Let him explain the
Yeah,
selfie
dude.
science.
like
you
it's
know?
and it's like because like right now, if you look at your head and your body, it's like 33% of the entire picture is you, and it's like, and if you cut it down to more like 20%, it's like a bigger person. I'm being
All right,
a bigger
I'll work
person.
on it. I'll
right?
work on it.
Wow.
I didn't mean to make it all about me. And it's probably only about 15% of the photo. But
I don't know.
who's
Jill, what do you
counting?
think? I'd say that's all right. Let's call it an
Is
even.
that your first one?
Well, I don't take, like, Tom's an expert at selfies. I do not take that many selfies.
Kevin,
Too much of you in that picture. Dude.
he just said, I think it's a really good picture. We all just torched him for like 5 minutes.
he's never going
I
to take
like
a
this
selfie
picture.
again.
I
mean,
asked if it was your first one because I was going to say it's good if it was. Your
I
first
generally
one.
do not photograph well, so I didn't think
Yeah.
this was
You
that
look
bad.
good.
So it's
You look
good.
good. It's just
Yeah.
too much. You know.
I remember the first time I used the camera. I'll just say that.
Did you have to shake it like a Polaroid?
Everybody's like, Let's pull up some John selfies. Have you seen these?
John, we're losing John right now.
Oh man! All right. Anyway, moving on.
Hey, do the Trump dance
Hold
party.
on, I got to pull up some.
Do the Trump dance party.
Have any
See, I want to check.
selfies
I
out
want to
there?
check percentages of John's face in his selfies.
John sends you his selfies.
Yeah,
That's
No,
so
they're
weird.
posted
Kevin
online.
has completely checked out of the show.
he's salty.
He's all about revenge right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on with the script. This thing we work really hard on to put the shows together.
Look
you know?
at him.
Kevin's like too busy trying to.
It's like he's gonna send it to you, and you're gonna put it up.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. You know, I control the cameras, Kevin.
All right, let's move forward, guys.
He said, zoom
That's
in,
like
zoom
80%.
in.
You're right, Kevin. He's salty.
Where?
All right, let's move forward. I'll take us to the next step.
Okay, thank you.
I don't even know anything about this story because this whole segment is Kevin's segment, by the way.
He's
And the
checked
only
out.
picture that comes up of you, John, is you with some like some
We've moved
video
on
glasses
past the
on.
pictures, Kevin.
All right.
All right, dude. Trump dance party. This is your segment.
Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Lock in.
This is actually great. So I don't know if anybody saw this over the last couple of days, but
I heard about it.
Trump continues to become more and more just kind of like. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not like saying he has dementia, anything like that. I'm not saying that. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Just weird,
Well,
crazy.
that goes
stuff,
back to
right?
what Walls was saying.
Oh, I
Governor
guess,
Walz was
right?
saying.
It's just
They're
crazy.
Weird.
Like,
They're
it's,
weird.
it's weird, right?
Okay.
So he's having a town hall, and he's with Governor Kristi Noem from South Dakota, who we all remember her as the
Dog
head
killer.
yes, dog killer,
Right.
puppy killer. So, so she is trying to kind of okay, we're going to have a town hall meeting. But then there's a medical emergency. So I took some clips from The Daily Show. This isn't all of them, but there's some really funny clips. There's
Okay.
five. There's 5 of them.
Let's watch
So
them.
Here's the first one, 28 seconds.
Oh, you want me to start 20?
No, start at 0.
Start
Yeah,
at
0 to 28.
Okay,
Yep.
Here we go.
But let me just take a few minutes to walk you through this town hall because trust me, it's worth it. Trump was doing a town hall with puppy shooter Kristi Noem, and all was well. He took 4 questions, and then a couple of people passed out from the heat. And Trump stopped the Q&A to make sure everyone was okay, which was great, although he was still very Trumpy about it.
They're both okay.
Yes.
They're both in good shape.
And that's wonderful.
Would anybody else like to faint?
Okay, so that's how it all. So
Wow.
it was going just like a regular town hall, but there was a big delay due to 2 people that fainted, right? And so the doctor had
rude
to
of
come
them.
in, right? Very rude of him. But the doctor came in. I heard a longer clip where he's like, "Doctor, take your time. We're fine, whatever." But it was a while. It was like 20 minutes. So here,
Wow.
20 minutes.
Wait. How is it that hot anywhere?
No, they had so at one point I saw I watched almost the whole thing, and at one point he asks for the doors to be opened, and the Secret Service says no, for security reasons we can't. Now they make a joke and they say, "Oh, you know how in this economy, Kristi Noem says, in this economy, Mr. President, they probably didn't have the money to turn the air conditioner on, shit like that." Yeah, right, right. So anyway, apparently it was just a hot room.
Okay.
All right, so here we are, and he decides to really, up the pace of the town hall by playing this song. And this is it.
Staff was attending to the situation. Trump decided to play some music to keep up morale. And this guy really knows what the people want.
So we had a beautiful evening, and I don't know if they could get this song up quickly, but if they could play Ave Maria, if you can get it, Justin, let's go if you can. It's so beautiful, though, right? Listen to that. We have nice music. We're together. Not bad.
Yes.
Not bad.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, everybody, very
Thank you.
much.
Oh my God.
All right, so
that is so weird.
and then not as if he hasn't had enough, he wants to hit another song similar to the first one, so similar that it's the identical
To
song.
Pavarotti, sing Ave Maria. Can you hear that? They gave me the Ave Maria with no voice. Put on Pavarotti singing Ave Maria.
God.
Nice and loud. Turn it up louder. We want a little action here.
I'm so
Turn it
embarrassed.
up louder.
We want a little action.
Dude.
I'm so embarrassed for him.
Listen, watch this. So he's hanging out.
I love it.
Look at Kristi Noem. She's
She's like, what am I doing here? Look at him dancing to it. All right, that's it, John. Right? Okay. And then,
That is-
Amazing.
There's
mortifying. That is mortifying.
yeah. So, okay, and then
This is the first time I've seen this.
Me too.
it's like cringy, right?
my God.
So then at 3:11, John, he figures out what he's going to do next, and this is nutty.
Then poor Kristi Christie tries to get things back on track so she can ask more questions, but Trump was just in full DJ mode.
Let's not do any more questions. Let's just listen to music. Let's make it into a music. Who the hell wants to hear questions, right?
All right, so then go to 348. This is the end. So this is great, and then I'm going to give you the whole track that all 9 songs that he played. 40 minutes of it.
It's a playlist.
And if you're
He played music for 40 minutes.
40 minutes, John. Yeah.
wondering, after 40 minutes of this, did they ever actually get back to answering questions? Almost.
So, this has been an honor tonight. We could do another question or two if you'd like, but probably. Do you want to do one? Do you want to do? Let's go. Let's go. You know, but it ends so beautifully. How about this?
Look
We'll
at her
play
face.
YMCA and we'll go home.
No way.
The irony of that particular song.
Yeah.
Guys dressed up in costumes.
Boy, has Gnome had some
You've never
work
seen
done
this,
or
right, Tom?
what,
Uh-uh. I like how he dances.
Yeah.
It's
He
insane.
does the
Yeah.
two-stroke.
Like the-
Yeah.
Like I heard who
Here-
was that? Was that Jon Stewart said, how come every time Trump dances it looks like he's jerking 2 men off at the same time? And if you look, I can't unsee it. Every time I see him dancing, he's like jerking off 2 men at the same
Oh,
time.
God,
It's
oh, God.
Wait, go back and show him.
All right,
Watch, John, go back
420.
like
This
10
is,
seconds. Show
yeah.
his dance. Now you
Okay.
can't unsee it once you see it.
All right, here we go.
Here you go. Watch. There it is. See?
Look at her. She's like, oh, what the fuck just happened?
Dude.
So here is the playlist.
That's his sex face right there.
Oh, don't say that. All right, here's the playlist. Ave Maria twice. Time to Say Goodbye by Bocelli. It's a man's world, James Brown.
Wow.
YMCA.
So hold it. They had more songs after this?
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was the end
No,
of the
that's was the
concert.
end. They played YMCA twice.
Oh, okay.
So then Rufus, Hallelujah by Rufus Wainwright.
Wow.
Oh, he's great.
Nothing
Yeah.
compares to you, Sinead O'Connor. And Christy Nome kept pointing to him when they said, to you.
Oh,
yeah.
my God. I'm going to throw up.
An American Trilogy by Elvis.
That's
Good
awesome.
song.
Great song.
Rich Men North of Richmond. Lame. Oliver Anthony. No, I'm not a fan of that one.
Dumb.
November Rain, Guns N' Roses. 9-minute version. And then Memory from Cats the Musical is when he left. He was playing Cats the Musical.
How many cease and desist orders do you think he has now?
Dude, you can't do it. The venue has the license.
How
so that's how he's
insane.
able to do
How
it.
insane is that?
That is the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Let's take. All right, you want one more question? You
No,
know what?
let's do
play
music.
YMCA. Call it a night.
Unbelievable.
Holy crap.
And this kind of I've heard that like Trump loves music. He's blaring it all hours of the night. Like
Whoa.
people are like, "What the hell?" But I don't know, man. Maybe he's just tired, 18 days away.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, what's
He's
it gonna
just,
matter?
Fuck
Let's
it.
just have a
play
party.
some music. I don't want
This
to
is
talk
way
anymore.
better, right?
I'm sure for
I've
him
said it
it's
all.
way better.
I said it all. I just want to
Wow.
hear some Pavarotti.
He needed a break. Twice. Yeah, I want to hear Ave Maria twice.
Right.
And memory.
He played the one without the vocals. Play the other one.
The one without the
In
noise,
full.
he said, or something like that. In full. Yes.
Wild, man.
Yeah, that was it.
All
That was
right.
it. So that's Trump. If you want a playlist, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. They have the Trump playlist on Spotify.
That's great.
That's cool. Hey, Trump Bibles?
Update.
Yeah.
Found an update on Trump Bibles. So there was all this questioning about the Trump Bible. And here's, by the way, John, I put a link in there for the ad just to remind people. We did this earlier. He pumped this up around Easter, and there's Trump doing it's the top link right below where it says tweet. I don't know if you can get that real quick of him doing it. Well, anyway, well John's grabbing that. Yeah, well, John's grabbing that. The
we go.
update
I found
is that, oh, here it is. Okay, this is Trump hawking the Bibles earlier this year. We played this. I don't want to play this too long, but
My very good friend Lee Greenwood, who doesn't love his song "God Bless the USA," in connection with promoting the "God Bless the USA" Bible.
there you go.
This
So,
Bible is the
that's
I don't
Trump.
like Lee Greenwell's "God Bless the USA" song.
I
Doesn't it
don't
remind you of
either,
something in the Navy?
actually.
Or,
I don't
Yeah,
like his
dude.
version of
They
it.
punish us in the Navy to that
That's
song.
right. I think you said that.
What?
Like, yes, veterans know what I'm talking about.
Really?
That song was used for torture.
Like
Yes.
for like do
When they're fucking us up, making us do push-ups, making us run, making us do shit in the rain, they're blasting that song
Oh,
while we were doing
no
it. I heard it a
way.
million times.
so you do not like that
I
song.
fucking hate that song. It, like in my brain, that equals pain.
So
Who doesn't love
like a
this
shock
song?
collar.
Fucking veterans don't like that song, Mr. President. That's who doesn't like it.
So
He wouldn't know.
Yeah, right. He would not know, Mr. Bone Spurs.
The interesting part of this is that you know how Trump is just so anti-China and pro USA, make America great again. Well, it comes out that Trump's Bibles were printed in China, and they were printed for $3 a piece.
That is hilarious.
And they're on sale for $60 a piece.
Hey, how much were they to make?
Wow, $3.
Quite a profit
Yeah,
margin.
$342,000.
It's like a year's wages in
dollars
Beijing.
for 120,000 Bibles. $3 a Bible.
That's the unfortunate thing. When I was in Beijing, I was at a equivalent of like our Civic Center, and I was watching everybody build it, and they were telling me how much they were building it for, and it was dirt cheap,
right?
Compared to America. And I was like, well, how much does that guy make right there? He was like a skilled laborer, like walking up in the air, and they're like, I don't know, like they said like basically the equivalent of like $3, and I was like, an hour, and they're like, no, a day. Like, are you crazy?
And that's
like,
why
a
we
day.
can build it so cheaply,
Right,
because
so it's
everyone.
like, how could we compete with that? You guys have a bunch of people making the equivalent of like $3 American for a full day's work, and we are paying $40 an hour to American laborers. You know,
So we don't know how much Trump was paid for his Bibles, but the cost of 120,000 Bibles that were shipped was $342,000 at $60 a Bible. That's about $7 million in revenue. Wow. Also, you can get a signed copy of the Bible by him for $1,000.
signed by JC.
Yes. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not
Even better.
Not
Signed copy?
not our
Holy
savior.
shit, I got a signed copy.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay, and this is my favorite part. There's an updated version of the Bible memorializing.
My signature's better than Jesus.
He would say
Signed
that. He would say that.
Signed copy of the Bible. What? Like, I didn't know this shit was
By who?
available,
I'm
man.
in.
Moses, the prophets. This is interesting, though. He has an updated version of the Bible memorializing the July 13th assassination attempt.
Oh,
Yes, and
yes.
its name's on, and above
No way.
his name is on the page that says the phrase "the day God intervened."
Oh,
Wow.
The wording appears to have been stamped on after the Bible was produced. Trump said Saturday his would-be assassin did not succeed by the hand of providence and the grace of God.
Right.
And I of course, I always want to remind everybody the day God intervened to kill a fireman.
Right.
That,
Right.
uh,
Yeah, I
also
wonder
That's
how
happened
the
that
interesting,
day.
huh?
family.
Yeah, the day God
Yeah.
intervened. If God intervened, you wouldn't have turned your head, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So anyway, your Bible, it's out there. You can buy it for $60. Made in
Whoa.
China. The place where all the tariffs are. That he wants to make sure the
is
tariffs
that too
are
much?
on.
No,
I think
no.
so.
Yeah.
Really?
If you're gonna talk about it, be about it.
You know, I haven't been quoted in the newspaper for LOCPod in a long
Yeah.
time.
There you
Maybe
go.
that's-
Smile
That'll do it.
pretty.
Maybe that's the one.
The one
yeah,
thing,
right. At least I'm wearing a nice shirt. Like,
Hold on.
It's
Let me
kinda
get
like
that. Let me
veterans
get the
color.
Tom cam here.
It's kind of like veterans color.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
it is veteran color.
Yeah. And then it was interesting. I found this guy online that reviews Bibles, and his
Wait, what?
yeah, he reviews Bibles, and I guarantee you, this review got him the most views he's ever had on his
Best
YouTube
Bible
channel.
I've ever read.
No,
Much
no.
better than the original.
He was saying I was shocked by the low quality, poor quality it was, and that it says to me it's more about the love of money than the love of our country.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
yes,
nice.
yes. So,
All right, let's go ahead and move on. That was a bit we were saving for a couple shows, so it's good. We nailed it. Let's do some ads, come back, and we're going to talk to you about the Mayor's Night Out from Hell. Literally, straight up, the worst Mayor's Night I've ever had, and I've been mayor 21 years. We got clips, and it's about to me, it's not even really about that meeting. It's about the bigger question is, can you have public meetings like Mayor's Night Out anymore?
Stop doing them. I watched this thing and was
my
like,
staff
why
actually
are
thinks
you
I'm
doing-
stupid for doing these anymore.
It's
It's
time.
basically it's an open format meeting, and if somebody wants to blow it up, it's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
blow it up meeting wise, not literally.
Right.
And you'll see what I'm talking about, and then you'll have to. We'll speculate together on what the future of this open public forum is, because when somebody wants to show up and just dominate it, they could do so under the current format.
you'd get 6 Wednesdays a year back
Yeah.
in your life.
No, I tell you what, I don't know too many mayors that do what I do.
No.
In that regard.
I would
So,
agree.
like, I don't know if I'm going to continue doing it, being honest with you, because when a person like Ken shows up and is selfish.
Every time.
But just not just that, Kevin. Screaming out in the audience in the middle of an answer. Scream, and I got video.
We're gonna
so
get
we're
all
gonna play
this.
it.
Yep,
it's
we're gonna do
like,
this
what do you
after
do
ads.
when an asshole like that doesn't even have enough decency in a meeting to shut the fuck up when you're done talking, right? Shut the fuck up. We listen to you. let's move on to the next person's issue. You don't get to scream out because you don't like the answer.
Well, I don't want to give too much away,
Right.
so we'll come after the ads. And by the way, do you want to just preview the third segment so we get everybody ready so they can start
potluck.
asking us? Yeah,
Potluck third.
Oh, yeah.
Potluck third
Ooh.
segment. Please send us your questions.
Yep.
Like, in fact, we should have been teeing this up the whole show so
Yeah.
far. So we're doing a potluck in the third segment. So
in chat, if you have questions, we're going to answer them for you.
we're taking them from TikTok. We're taking them from Twitter. We're taking them from Facebook. So give
X
us your
too.
question and X. I said Twitter, sorry.
We all know
John's
what you meant.
compiling your questions, and that's the third segment today.
I
So
love a potluck.
good.
Oh, yeah.
I do too, Jill.
Who doesn't
Potluck.
love a good potluck?
You know what else? Remember the cakewalks where you used to like
I love a
back in
cakewalk.
the
I
day?
want a couple.
Mhm.
I want a couple.
Guessing, now that we're going to talk about Mayor's Night Out, and this is all being shared now on Facebook, we're probably going to get some questions about the bridge.
Well,
Oh, God.
too bad for them.
It's happening.
This is not MNO.
This is
Steve.
not Mayor's Night Out.
What's MNO?
This is a dictatorship. LOCPod. Welcome to LOCPod. Dictatorship.
This is a dictatorship. That might be the title.
Yes. That is the title.
Welcome to LOCPod. A dictatorship.
Emphasis on the dick.
like
Like
muy
it.
bien. Good job.
Wow.
Kevin,
All right.
take a selfie.
I am.
Power in India.
It's got 80% of me in it.
Yeah, dude. You need to fucking get it down to like 30%, you know? Power in Indiana, Lake County, our premier studio sponsor, is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Are you thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? If so, don't leave important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today to ensure your project's in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Forming a new business? Call Kuklakis Law. Injured in a car crash or at work? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. Hablamos Espanol.
When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners. MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. For more information, check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511. I got to see Matt last night, and he has a cool ass coat, man. I kept seeing it, and I was like, I love that coat.
He has several cool ass sport coats.
Yeah, he's a sport coat.
He knows how to pick them. I agree
does
with
know
you.
how to pick them.
Red or orange?
It was a blue.
It was blue.
Yeah, it was. And I don't
Baywatch
know-
or Hooters.
And Kevin, you know I don't notice colors and stuff like
true.
that.
That's true.
I noticed that, and I know exactly what it looked like. Matt was looking money last night. Good job, Matt.
There's our friend Matt Reardon. Call him MCR Partners. Misprint Printing. Rick Baltonsberger.
Yes,
Saw
sir.
him last
I
night.
saw
We were
him last
talking
night.
pickleball. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team led by Rick Baltonsberger combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs, metal business cards, and printing. Always on time and within budget, conveniently located in Munster and Hammond. Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Frankie V's, no need to dress up. It's a casual place. Bring the whole family. We have plenty of space. A hidden gem in Hammond. You don't have to drive far. Delicious food, great service, and yes, a full bar. Try our homemade pizza chips, Italian beef, sausage, marinara, and more. We have delicious pizza, pasta, and Italian foods galore. Don't go where they don't remember your name. It's just not the same. Come to Frankie V's, where everyone really knows your name. Visit us today at frankiev's.com. Oh, excuse me, the frankiev's.com. For daily specials, full menu, and hours.
Awesome.
Thanks to our sponsors.
Thanks to our sponsors. Okay, reminder again, we're getting questions in. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're doing potluck in the third segment. We got questions in. I got one from Destiny Wells we're going to listen to.
What?
Yeah,
Ooh,
she's
we're
listening. Nice
A
to see
live
you.
question from Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to see you, Destiny. She's watching right now, and we appreciate you, and you're doing a great job in your race. So she's got a question.
Vote Destiny, Attorney General.
Yeah, she's running against Todd Rokita in the Evil Empire, and she's doing a good job. So anyway,
I just saw the selfie you put in the
Good,
note.
we're putting it up.
all right.
Hilarious.
Let's see if he abided by the
No.
proper selfie etiquette. So, all right. So we had a Mayor's Night Out Wednesday, and Mayor's Night Out, for those of you that aren't aware, it's a open public format. All right, you literally ask us a question, you have to write it down, and then we discuss it. And sometimes people raise their hand after questions, and they have follow-ups to it, and it's just like an open format. How many of these have we done?
I think this is probably number 4.
Ton. All right.
Potluck?
No, dude. What are you
300
not listening?
No. I was looking at a selfie.
He knows.
He's
He's
obsessed
fucking like
with
two-
the selfie.
Oh,
Right.
are you
He's
talking about
like-
Mayor's Night Out? Okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
Are you
for
listening? He was like, no, obviously
so
not.
first 4 years of your administration, we did 12, or maybe first
11
5
a year.
years.
11 a
Yeah,
year.
okay,
So we've
that's-
done like 300.
Yeah,
We don't need an exact number. I was
200.
just asking a
Sure,
question. Yeah.
many hundreds.
Yeah. So basically, we've done this. People know how it works. And now people have learned how to game the system because they're like, hey, if we show up and dominate the questions, we could dominate the whole meeting and basically force the mayor and his team to just sit there and listen to us rant and rave. And in this case, it's about a bridge that I think is a smart project. I got the state to pay for a bridge that gets us over perpetually stopped trains in a part of our city.
100-year problem.
100-year problem.
in the city of Hammond.
We've polled the neighbors twice in this area, and twice it came back with 2/3 or more support for the project.
How about this? The opponent, which is one of the guys you'll hear from in a little bit, screaming and yelling at Mayor's Night Out, the opponent of the current councilman in that district ran on defeating the bridge and lost.
Yes, lost decisively. He ran
Yeah.
on this issue.
Correct.
And lost.
He lost.
To the same neighbors that we polled 2 times.
And that voted that they want the bridge.
They want this. It's not unanimous, but it's
No.
over 2/3. And in a situation like that, any mayor worth their salt is going to, A, fix a problem and make their constituents happy at the same time.
My recollection, it was like 68 or 70%.
Yes.
Somewhere right in that area.
So basically, I realize that there's 25 to 30% of the people out there that think we're making a mistake. But if you can get 2/3 or more of your residents to go in a direction and you can fix a problem, I'd be committing malpractice if I didn't do it. So not just this meeting. These people follow me around from meeting to meeting, and they think that because it's another meeting that we could relitigate this whole issue again.
It has been, that's a good way to put it, Tom, is relitigating. It is literally the same
tired arguments
that you've heard for the last year and a half.
So now they show up to meetings and they're trying to like shut down our meetings, basically, and it got out of control.
So let me ask you this before we play any of the video clips, because I just want to ask this more of like a policy question as mayor. Is it fair to the residents that want to come out to Mayor's Night
No.
to allow Mayor's Night to potentially be shut down because of these people?
It was literally dominated by this discussion,
Yeah,
and there was dozens of other questions that
Yeah.
people wanted to hear about that didn't have anything to do with this, and they shut it down and they dominated the discussion for over an hour before I terminated the discussion. But so we got a few clips from this just to give you an idea what kind of meeting it was.
Let us know when you see your vein popping, because I want to.
I will. We would be foolish if we turned down this money. You hit that clip right there.
Okay.
Tom looks miffed already.
I was fucking pissed. This was towards the end of the meeting, and I was like summarizing. We'd be foolish if we turned this money down, guys. We'd be foolish. I'd be committing malpractice as a mayor. They're paying for our bridge. They know it's a problem. They're paying for our bridge. And what I'm hearing from people that don't have the responsibilities I do, this is my job. This is what you pay me for, to run this city, to fix problems. We got it paid for by somebody else, and I'm getting crap every Mayor's Night Out to talk about the same topic. What you're saying is this. This is what you're saying. Turn down the free money. We trust the CEO of Norfolk Southern. That's what you're saying. Well, I don't. I do not trust that CEO. They will lie to us, and they'll start those trains tomorrow, and they don't give a crap about you. They don't give a crap about kids crawling through the trains. And then guess what? The funniest part of this is then people will show up at Mayor's Night Out and say, you suck. Trains are blocking Hessville. What are you going to do about it? That's what's going to happen if I turn down this money.
So a couple things.
That was a little heated, huh?
Tom's his finger was pointing a lot, and he had his finger up, and his vein was popping.
Oh, I was pissed. That was towards an hour of listening to these
Yeah,
people
I mean,
just
you had
fucking go off on me.
You're right. It was on and on and on and on. And I mean, look, People have a right to protest. People have a right to discuss issues with their government, but they don't have a right to take over a public forum where other residents and other people are there to have their voices heard.
Well,
That's the thing that drove me nuts.
John, Ken can yell the loudest. Do that one. Mm-hmm. So get to where Kevin just talked about. So like this is now we've moved on past Ken. Ken's a fucking dude that this is his entire life. I mean, he needs to get a girlfriend in my opinion personally, but whatever. That's beyond the point, right? So Ken's so focused on this. He follows me around and harasses me on it. We've already gotten past Ken's 15 minutes of fame, all right, on this issue. And now I've moved on to other people who have other legitimate issues they want to talk to the mayor about. But Ken just starts yelling from the audience, okay? So
it's not wrong. You'll find out when they can finally. Would you?
Part of the problem in America is this. Hold on. This isn't Ken's night out. This is Mayor's night out, Ken. I apologize.
It's not true.
All right. No. What do you mean, whatever? He's a professional engineer. He got Oh, Ken could yell loudest, so what you're...
He's lying to us.
Oh, really? Dean, you're lying?
No, sir.
Okay? He said 100 houses. Then he said 50 houses. And then it's actually, we find out, in the design, it's done, and we're not even sure if that's the amount.
Did you run for office on this issue? Yes.
Underpass takes up a third of the amount of space.
All right. Well, Ken,
As an overpass.
I hate to break it to you.
So you're exempt, and you
No. I'm going to tell you. I support the bridge. I never heard about this magic person that's going to pay for the underpass. I talked to a professional engineer who's licensed in our state that tells me, Mayor, that's not feasible. What Ken's yelling about in a meeting is completely not feasible. Believe it or not, Ken, you're a heck of a guy. But I believe the professional engineer because he's educated on this topic. So I'm like, okay.
consistently misrepresenting
All right.
what's going on from the very beginning.
Thank you.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like,
not
how
a
do
public
you-
meeting anymore.
How do you have a public
You
meeting
have to
when
either
some
remove him.
asshat is in the audience just screaming out loud?
Right, and if you remove him, then it just gives him that, I'm
Oh,
getting
yeah.
it taken out.
Right.
Look at me, the police took me out of the meeting. And
So
he gets to
like
scream that.
either we arrest him and kick him out of the meeting,
Right, which
not
becomes
arrest
a
him. We
whole
could kick
nother-
him out, and then he's got like social media clout, right? Or we sit there and listen to this asshole scream out loud in the middle of a meeting, or we could shut the meeting down, and that's a fail too because there's residents there that want to get business done, right?
Yeah.
Like, or we could beat the shit out of him, but that's against the law. So,
And
like,
I just thought it was just interesting to me because generally I know you, and you always start out by saying, you know what, I appreciate Ken and the folks coming here because they have, they have an issue that they feel strongly about, and Ken's a good guy, and Ken's a Navy veteran like I am, and we just disagree on this.
I did that in this meeting.
Yeah, but like. It
didn't matter.
So at my comment where I was just like, the mayor's being really nice to Ken, but I don't agree with the things the mayor's saying about Ken at this point.
Well, hit that. Mayor Tom trying to be nice to Ken.
This is
at the
this is
beginning of the
actually
meeting.
so this happened before.
Is this number 2? What is
This
this?
is it says
Oh, no.
Mayor Tom trying to be nice to Ken.
I
It's
got it.
below. it.
This is I didn't know this was in here.
Yeah.
We need to get a microphone to Ken. Because, I mean, Ken is a nice person that cares about his community and cares about an issue and completely doesn't agree with me. And I respect him for it because he gives a crap about our community. He's trying his best, and I appreciate it. But nonetheless, we don't agree on this issue. So, hi, Ken.
It didn't matter that I was
Wow.
nice.
I was
like
going to say
It didn't
that
matter.
backfired.
Wow.
Yeah, because he acted like an asshole, and I think Ken's an asshole, being honest with you. But I'm not going to say that at Mayor's Night Out. I could say it on LOCPod.
By the way, are those your dolphins you got
Yeah,
on there?
I wear them all the time.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, my Navy Dolphins.
So that's the thing I have a problem with is you have people that are there. I mean, literally, there are people there to talk about. And actually, one of the women at League of Women Voters was at Mayor's Night Out.
Oh my God!
And she was saying to me, she goes, "Do you think the mayor heard my question about Kentucky Avenue and the stuff in the alley and how my
Yes,
cars?"
we were
And
all over that.
I know, and
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, don't worry about it." She goes, "Because the meeting was just taken over."
Yes, it was.
And
totally
so you
taken
have
over.
right. So you have like a nice
Yes,
resident
with
like
a real
that,
issue.
with a real issue that wants
Right.
to be heard,
Right.
And she can't even get her issue
because
heard
Ken is more. He decides what I'm doing is more important than that lady's problem on Kentucky Avenue.
Exactly.
and I'm
And-
going to dominate the meeting and basically shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
And so this lady on Kentucky Avenue that goes to Mayor's Night Out every time because she wants to get business done is held hostage because of Ken.
and now is under the potential where Mayor's Night Out won't exist anymore because of,
I don't know how many people came up to me after and said, "I don't know why you do this."
No.
And I've done it because this is a hallmark of my administration. That's why I do
it
it.
is.
But now I have people in the public like Ken who thinks that his issue is more important than anybody else's problems.
and not even following the rules of Mayor's
Right.
Night Out, which
And
is
we gave
ask
him a-
your question.
We gave him a chance to to criticize me, and he did. He did a good job of it.
You even changed the rules. You let him. You said, well, I see everybody here. We know what one of the big issues here tonight is the bridge. So why don't we just give the microphone to Ken?
Hey, now I'll go to the one at the bottom, John. I'm trans non-binary. Okay.
Oh,
go to that one.
Issue.
Now, when we start this, there's a guy named TJ talking. TJ also hates the Bridge Project, and I've gotten to know TJ over the years because TJ is also a follower of Ken. But TJ's a nice kid, man.
Yeah.
And him and I have a nice relationship. I know he doesn't support me on this, but I'm super nice to him all the time. He's a sweet guy.
And I would say generally much more respectful of the rules of Mayor's Night.
TJ is a sweet guy, and he also thinks I'm making a mistake on this. I'm going to point that out. But when he's talking, I'm like, I listen to him because he's a sweet guy. You could tell he's honestly there because he honestly cares about this project. He's not trying to be disrespectful to anybody. He's just but now keep in mind. Now, when we start this, TJ's already been talking for 3 minutes, okay? I spared you the 3 minutes, okay? So now keep in mind, now we're going to keep playing, and TJ's been talking for 3 minutes about, he's just a nice kid.
Right? On the issue. He's talking about the issue.
So then I intervened, and I said, dude, you can't, monologue here for 5 minutes, right? This is Mayor's Night Out. Sorry, TJ, right?
It's ask the question,
so
comment,
everybody gets super pissed off when I cut him off. He's been talking for I timed it last night. 3 minutes when we push play, okay?
You rarely
cut people off.
Rarely. No, I was going to say you rarely does anybody talk for 3 minutes.
No way.
Night.
At Mayor's Night, it's a question and answer format. But it's not like I'm giving a speech. Listen up, Mayor.
You were being overly generous to the people that were there on the issue. You let them have the microphone for a long time, much longer.
When we push play, TJ's already been talking for 3 minutes, okay? So go ahead and start.
Hammond's still paying, 20%, right? True. And so they picked one of the most expensive options, Governor's Parkway, and combined with pedestrian overpass, which you said we need.
TJ, it's not TJ's night out. All right, you had a good question. You had the mic for 3 hours. Yeah, TJ could go out and hold a meeting. He could have TJ's night out, and you could all show up. God bless. So thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, how many other questions do we have? Is every question about this issue? Or
keep playing it. All right, here we go.
No, not every question is about this issue.
All right, how many other questions do we have? Because we've already spent an hour on this.
We do have quite a bit of other questions.
All right, we'll take one more question on this. Ma'am, you got your hand raised. We'll go to her over there. Okay. Hi.
Oh, sorry. First, I just want to say I'm a trans non-binary person, so please watch your language.
I'm not watching.
Whoa.
Jesus.
What the fuck was that? So how the fuck am I supposed to know you're trans non-binary? How the fuck am I supposed to know? By all appearances, hold on, Kevin. By all appearances, I was talking to a woman. By all appearances. I don't know this person at all. I've never met this person at all. And so I'm being respectful, and I say, well, let's go to you. Thank you, ma'am. And she's like, I'm a trans non-binary. Watch your language. Yeah. Fuck you, man. I'm trying to be a decent human being, and you're attacking me right off the bat. I don't know that you're fucking trans non-binary. How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
I agree with you. I thought it was ridiculous.
What a dick,
I was
man.
like, okay, so why are we being so aggressive with this? I mean,
it's bullshit, man.
The appropriate thing to be would maybe be like after the meeting, come up to the mayor and say, hey, just FYI. And it goes back to, remember we did this earlier, maybe it was last season, where my buddy in Chicago got written up.
Yes.
Because he kept using the wrong pronoun of a coworker.
Yes.
And that person got pissed. Yeah, and he's the sweetest guy.
Yes, right.
And he would never do it intentionally.
Of course.
And he got written up about it. I'm like, what? How the fuck are you supposed to?
Right.
This is we're getting used to this. And
no, I'm not.
You shouldn't be
I'm not getting used to this, Kevin. I will not fucking. I'm going to be that old man that's fucking asshole when I'm 80.
What I meant was we are getting it put in our face more and more, right? But we don't, there's no way that we know. You don't have a sign on you that says, use this pronoun. I mean, what the? It is ridiculous.
In Mayor's Night Out, being a jerk to the mayor.
Totally.
Just shows you have no class.
No class.
Sorry.
Man. No
whatever.
class.
I want to play this again.
It's
I want to
insane.
hear this thing out again. Hold on.
Quite a bit of other questions.
All right, we'll take one more question on this. Ma'am, you got your hand raised. We'll go
Stop right there, John.
Yeah. Ma'am, you got your hand raised. I'm trying to be respectful. What am I supposed to say? Hey, person with hand raised. Right?
Or could you please give me your pronoun?
Yeah. Excuse me, person, human being with hand raised. What the fuck am I supposed to say?
All right, here.
Freaking.
Over there. Okay. Hi.
Oh, sorry. First, I just want to say I'm a trans non-binary person, so please watch your language.
Let's announce this.
Watch
Okay,
your
like,
language.
Watch your language.
Why
Watch
would
your
you have
language.
to announce that?
Watch your language. Like I'm
What was the language you need to watch, ma'am?
saying, sorry, ma'am, it's your turn now,
Watch
ma'am.
your language.
Watch your
like
language.
you said, fuck you.
off.
Like you said,
seriously.
that's
Go
so
screw yourself.
bad. So bad.
I know that's the kind of stuff that repels people from the Democratic Party.
I'm telling you.
Well, but
right,
no,
John? Right,
it
John?
puts you. This person puts themselves on a pedestal, talks down to you, tries to hijack your vocabulary and tell you how to change your the way you speak.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
All due respect, she looks like a woman, which is why I said, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be. I talk to everybody that way.
But Tom, I want to
when
play
I
your
see
response.
people in the yes.
You handled this 2 sentences. It was class act. Here it is.
I mean, I'm not watching my. I didn't mean to offend. So.
I'm not watching my language, but I didn't mean to offend.
That's right, exactly.
And that's
You
exactly
couldn't
like,
have
watch your
said
language.
it better.
I am not watching my language.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to be polite in public and say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. That's how I talk. Right? That's how I talk. And that's what I was trying to do with this person. And I wasn't aware that they're a trans non-binary. I don't know how you're supposed to know these.
You're not supposed to know, and I don't think it's necessary for her to announce it.
But if you don't do ma'am or sir, like what is the other option for that?
They, them?
They, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
this is why no one takes
But by
America
the way, and
seriously,
another thing
by
is
the way.
like this is getting, I mean, to me, I think this gets thrown on the Democrats. Like, oh, it's
yes,
all Democrats
I agree with
think
you, Kevin.
that. You know,
I agree with you, Kevin. And we don't.
There's a lot of Democrats like me and Tom and that
Lots.
don't. That like
Lots.
This is
more
bullshit.
than you imagine. More than you imagine. There's Democratic Party. We support.
Inclusion and all that stuff. Right.
We support marriage. We support equality, non-discrimination. But it puzzles me. This kind of stuff puzzles me. I don't get it. And I don't understand how a person like me, and I think I'm very open-minded, I'll be honest with you. How am I supposed to know that you are trans non-binary? Is there like a marker or something?
And
wear
why
like
do you
a
have
hat?
to announce it?
I don't. But how am I supposed to not offend this person?
Am I supposed to grab a mic and say I'm a straight white man?
Right.
I mean, what?
I like women, so just pointing it out. I'm heterosexual.
I mean,
I want to say too, I think this is a good example where something like this happens and people see hot topics instead of people. And I know we're talking about this pretty fervently, but I respect this person. I don't know this person. I respect them.
So do I.
I disagree completely with how shocking their watch your language remark was.
John, I am in favor. If you want to live your life how you want to live your life, I have no objection to that. As long as you're not committing crimes or hurting people, you have every right to live your life the way you want to live your life. And I just don't like it where she wants to basically embarrass the mayor.
Don't say she.
Oh God, I just did it again.
Yeah.
They want to embarrass. I did it. See, there you go. There's my old
It's
white
stupid.
guy thought.
Even that I don't agree with, Kevin. She's
fine.
They're
I'm
trying
not
to
going to
change
change
your
my
language.
I'm not
They're
going to
trying
change my
your
language. I'm not.
This person wanted to try and embarrass the mayor.
They did.
And by doing that, and I think that's inappropriate.
They did. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but you look like a woman, and I just made an assumption that you are a woman. My bad.
Well, she is a woman.
Okay, let's move on. We got to do some ads. We got potluck, and we got a pending deadline.
Congratulations on surviving Mayor's Night Out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes.
All right.
All right, come on. We got to get going.
Go.
So get us your potluck questions in. We're going to do some ads, come back, do potluck, and then call it a day. Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? If so, give Cantrell and Cantrell a call to schedule your consultation with somebody who's in the court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW. 219-554-4529 or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Head over to the Cal Brewer Michelob Ultra social media for info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local experts.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
It was great to see Rod J. Prestimer at the fundraiser last night. He does a great job for our city. He does a great job for LOCPod. He does a great job for a lot of people throughout the Chicagoland area, because for decades he's been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Ron J. Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout the Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. That's 844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site, or, of course, they have a production facility with a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. They are located just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer. Thanks to all our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
All right, let's get into it. We have a handful of questions.
Let's go.
All right.
We're going to fire them off.
Don't even know what they are. Here we go.
Big one here, Destiny Wells.
Destiny Wells, before we read off the question, she's a friend of mine. We ran together on the same ticket in 2022 in Indiana. That's when I met her. She's a veteran. She's a candidate for office. Great young lady running against Todd Rokita for Attorney General. So,
all right, here's the question. Put you on the hot seat a little bit, actually.
All right.
In
I
chat.
like the hot seat.
Good morning. 17 more days. Thank you for financially supporting my race these last weeks, Mayor Tom.
Oh,
my question.
I did.
Do you need my mailing address? I haven't seen the check in the mailbox yet.
Oh, you know why, Destiny? It's because we do Act Blue now, and we don't send checks in the mail anymore. We do it by credit card. So, but I think what she's trying to say is she could really use another donation in these last weeks of the campaign.
It's a good idea.
And I agree with you, Destiny. You could really use a donation in the last weeks of the campaign. So I'm going to donate to Destiny Wells as soon as I got off the air today. I'm going to donate again. I'm going to donate to Jennifer McCormick.
Nice.
Who's going to be a guest on Friday's show. I forgot to tell you guys.
That? Yeah. How about that?
Indiana Democratic governor nominee.
Oh,
Democratic
That's a big
nominee
catch.
for governor.
Good job.
Yeah, Jennifer McCormick's going to be on Friday. I'm going to donate to her after the show today. And Brian Lowy, who's a young man running for Indiana State House. He's freaking like turning into a TikTok star. I called him up the other day, told him I was going to donate $500 to him. So the three of you are getting a donation from me right after the show today. So thanks, Destiny.
All right, next question.
And Friday, we're having Jennifer McCormick. Next Friday, Jennifer McCormick's going to be on LOCPod.
So listen, stay tuned.
Yeah.
This is more of a statement. We're going to turn into a question.
Sure.
We were just talking about Mayor's Night Out, how it's getting pretty out of control. Doty says, please stop doing Mayor's Night Out. It's no longer safe. Do you believe we're at that point where safety is a concern?
If I ever get shot, it'll be at Mayor's Night Out.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
If I ever get shot, it'll be at Mayor's Night Out. In my opinion, but there's a lot of cops at Mayor's Night Out too. So what would happen is they would shoot me, and then the cops would shoot them, and hopefully they miss. It's like hopefully they miss me.
Hopefully,
and hopefully the
intervenes.
cops don't. Yeah. So, Mayor's Night Out didn't feel safe the other night. Doty, I agree. It did not feel safe the other night, and we're going to talk about security with the police department because I think everybody was sort of like, "What do we do?" Because that was the worst Mayor's Night Out I've ever had.
It was rough.
It was intentionally blown up by Ken and his group, and it makes you wonder, like, what the future of open public meetings is when you have asshats that are determined to disrupt the meeting.
Is it true there were signs too?
Yeah,
signs. What were those?
T-shirts.
The bridge signs?
Just Briar East Woods.
And you know what? I really didn't have a problem with the T-shirts. I mean, you want to wear a T-shirt?
Either.
That's happened before
at
different issues. I mean, sure, wear them. You know,
yeah. Be respectful. And
right.
Yeah.
Just follow the rules. Let the issue be heard.
We talked about it for an hour, Kevin.
Which is unheard
of, by
the way.
Of a 2.5-hour meeting, we talked for an hour about their issue.
I like Mayor's Night Out because, in a way, I like to hear things that are coming up around the city that people care about.
Of course.
You know, and so that's why I like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Do I have something else to do on Wednesday night 6 times a year for a couple hours? Sure, like everybody there does, including the mayor. But the mayor does it to put his administration out into the public. And it's a great thing to do. And I love it. I'd hate to see it go away, but it's getting to that point because it's being taken over by a group of individuals led by one person who thinks they can just break the rules and talk no matter what. Yell.
Mm-hmm. Well, there it is. Question. Another question. 2 more.
Okay.
Long-time listener, Deanna.
Okay.
Thoughts
Hi,
on...
Deanna.
Yeah. Thoughts on retention of the 3 Supreme Court justices in Indiana?
Hot topic. I can say this.
trying to get us in trouble.
Yeah, I can say this. And I'm gonna
see what's going on here.
I'm gonna break a little bit with some Democrats that are feeling the other way, but I can tell you this. My feeling is that we have a very good Supreme Court in Indiana. We have a very good Court of Appeals in Indiana that is fair, impartial, and I think they do the best that they try to do the best they can. And look, I don't always agree with every opinion that comes out with the Indiana Supreme Court, but I think keeping Justice Rush, Justice Massa, and Justice Moulter, I think keeping the Supreme Court in place, because let's just play this out. Let's say Braun wins, and we decide that we're not going to keep these 3 justices. He gets to appoint 3 justices right like that.
Perfect.
I think, and I'm not. And look, I hope Jennifer wins, but be careful what you wish for. You're going to kick these people out that have done a pretty good job as Supreme Court justices. Be careful. And I don't agree with all their opinions.
Good answer.
But as a lawyer, you're not going to always agree with the opinions that come down from the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeals. But as a lawyer, you also live with them and you deal with them.
And realistically, retention votes are, I think, only a couple times in the history of our state has a judge lost a retention vote.
Yep.
It's a joke, actually. The retention vote's a joke because they always win. Like almost, I know one judge in my entire career who lost a retention
There's
vote.
been 2 in Lake County since they did. Judge
starts with a K?
Judge Mears and
Judge
also
Kuros, right?
Judge Georgie.
Oh, I thought Judge
Kuros was removed by the Supreme Court for a disciplinary issue.
Okay.
Yep.
So it doesn't happen very often, guys. So like, even if you think that it's a good idea to do this, which I don't, by the way, the justices are great with my wife. My wife really respects the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeals, and as everybody knows, Marissa's a judge. Judge Marissa really respects everybody above her on the hierarchy, and quite frankly, I think it works very well personally. But like Kevin said, let's say we did mount an effort and we were successful in unseating a Supreme Court judge. What you're doing is giving the next governor the chance to appoint that person. And if it's Jennifer, that could be a good strategy. But if it's not Jennifer, that could be a real poor strategy.
And I mean, by the way, if you remove 3 justices, the Supreme Court can't operate. They'd have 2 justices. They don't have
until the governor appoints the 3,
which could take months.
Okay,
months.
Still,
I mean, I think it's a bad move. It's all about an abortion decision, and I don't necessarily agree with the way that decision came down. But you know what? As an attorney, I respect the judicial system. I respect the rule of law, and we have to deal within it. So that's where I'm at.
Last question. Local one, Tom.
Sure.
5 points.
Mm-hmm.
Any plan
5
in
points.
the works for old gas station property? It's an eyesore.
Was that from Jill?
That's from Pam.
Jill lives in that part of the city.
Pam.
Pam.
Wait, I wonder which one.
Jill's looking all suspicious over there. I'm like, God damn it, Jill.
I mean, there's a couple,
my red
right?
sweatshirt.
There's a couple of old gas station properties.
No, I know
There's a lot of eyesores up there.
No, that whole piece of property is underutilized, and it's a high traffic area. And part of the problem is we have a fireworks store sitting in the middle of a potentially very large development that would be extremely successful, and we have this ugly, nasty-ass fireworks store just sort of sitting there.
Well, we can't really do anything about that. I mean, that's caught up with whether or not there's going to be a road going through there, right?
Right.
But the issue really is...
But, like, that whole development would work a lot easier, you know. But, like, so it's a tough area to develop. And I'm not making excuses. It's something that should be developed. And we're working through issues with the fireworks store right now, and we're hoping that with this new road that we want to put in, it'll make the whole development a lot easier to develop. But right now, it's just sort of
caught up,
sort of stuck in litigation.
Yep.
And Pam, that's a good point, a good question. I appreciate you asking it. But until we work out this issue with the fireworks store and the road, it's probably going to wait until that's concluded. So thank you for the question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that's a tough one.
You don't want to throw up your selfie real quick, John, before we wrap it up?
I mean, if you want me to prove my point.
Okay,
I mean, I don't. This is a class act selfie. This is a perfect textbook selfie.
John is like 20% of the picture.
Thank you. Look at all the people highlighted in it.
Yeah,
a lot of background going on.
Yeah, John is a small part of the picture.
I mean, Kevin, you gotta.
Kevin was like half the picture, right?
Yes.
No.
Oh my God, this is Kevin. Throw your glasses.
This is a great selfie right here. This is a great.
That's
what
a
are
good
you
selfie.
smoking?
I like it. I like the selfie, John. It's good.
I think
Got a lot of respect to everybody in the picture. When was that? Last season?
I think it was a couple years ago. Who
Yeah,
sent
that's like
that to you,
a Bears
Kevin? That's
game.
not on social media.
Mike Dye.
Wow. Okay, Mike, I
Mike-
see you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for proving my point, Mike.
All right, everybody, we appreciate you listening to LOCPod. We appreciate John getting in here early to fix the studio.
I wish
Jill,
I
we
had
appreciate
glasses to
you.
throw.
Even though Jill's giving me shitty questions to answer, I still appreciate you, Jill.
Wow.
Kevin, thank you for having my back during a contentious mayor's night out.
No worries.
And we appreciate everybody that listens to LOCPod. And there's lots of you out there on all the live channels and all the streamers. We couldn't do this without you. We know that. We appreciate you. And when you see us in public, we always like it when you come up and say LOCPod stuff to us. And it happens a lot. So thank you very much for being LOCPodders, listening to LOCPod. This is enough with season 13, episode 14. We're done until Tuesday when we start with episode 15, believe it or not. Thanks everybody for listening. LOCPod is out.